been reported missing days earlier. She posted several tweets 10 days ago about being sexually assaulted that morning. That's the last anyone saw her alive. There's no word.
Hello, hey, hi, social media family. Being a whatsoever racist, but then not necessarily being a whatever walks of life, actually a society lifestyle preferences. I mean, you got to recognize and realize, people's places and things. Okay. I mean, just can't hang out with anybody, everybody. I mean, anybody. Anybody I say, being a poon possess at least half their marbles should know that, And this is regardless of race and whatever walk of life, faction of society, or lifestyle preferences. Well, did I say that correct the first time? Well, regardless of whether that my person, regardless, I say, whether my person is speaking correct, proper, standard English grammar, regardless of whether that my person is speaking correct, proper, standard English grammar, being of the American dialect of some such qualities and quantities or not. And do forgive or pardon me for seemingly sounding like Sylvester Stallone, speech impediment, speech defect, or like Ronald Wilson Reagan with a memory lapse episode, as well as sounding, seeming like I'm having a Johnny repeat experience, seeming to repeat myself. And some are such the same things, but then the West Temps is not helping. Anyway, getting back to some and such, as I think of it with that in my mind's attention, to try to backtrack here, the reason on purpose is being, and also I can go on following to continue from when that my person had last left off, to finish up as in completed form lines on and that same.
Privacy activists have raised concerns about tracking people and are asking businesses to limit the use of artificial intelligence.
And as I wish to try to likewise,
tools to businesses to help them run their online stores.
Finish up some such in all this entirety so far as the preliminaries of the basic intro as an introduction is concerned. Before I were to get to speaking upon some such matters of the issue at hand, and no offense is meant to be directed at any persons among themselves or those to be possibly considered the past, present, or future sexual assault victims or rape victims or murdered victims for that matter.
In Monterey County, California,
Okay, for that last mention.
COVID-19 cases are agricultural workers.
Yeah, regardless of whatsoever given argument, to be debated with the many different views and opinions associated with some such a conversation of dialogue for a topic discussion, pros and cons thereof that I could speak upon or be able to speak upon a couple, few or four or more, regardless of whether or not some such could possibly, like say, or how you say, be a controversy. Whether or not some such could possibly become a B, and or likewise as well, I was saying regardless of whether or not some such could possibly be a plague upon society, then of which has yet to be resolved, if it has not been already. But then, don't kill the messenger. I'm just here to deliver, okay? And hopefully that much less like,
And if there is Impact on that
someone or such one, then of whom is supposed to be a believer in God as a Christian, aka Protestant, playing the part of devil's advocate, as less to has been a prodigal son. And whereas the worst two evils is the likes of false brethren, religious phonies or religious church hypocrites, religious shysters, religious
now they're trying to adapt.
charlatans, religious chameleons,
We assume that we're going to definitely have
religious
more
con artists, or the supposed so-called holier than thous. Then a modern day Pharisees and Sadducees, wolves in sheep's clothing, snakes in the grass, being the worst of the worstest of unbelievers and unbelievers, being deceivers, who pretend to have become, pretend to be believers in God as in Christian, aka Protestant. Christian, aka Protestant.
And sometimes, says Ledesma, they don't get the
Therefore, they would be considered as being, all the same, or in addition, being of the likes of the worst of the worstest of devil worshippers, being of who make up the majority of churchgoers of whatsoever religious denominations, members and visitors alike, and from the proofs of the pulpit.
I applied for Social Security disability benefits, but I got
But
denied.
then,
I applied, but I got
nevertheless,
denied.
let me
Just
say,
because
and
you
I
got
state
does not
for
mean you don't deserve your
that
benefits.
being
I know
the
how to
record,
get you approved. Larry
and that is likewise, hopefully for whatever I can speak
Now I'm
upon,
getting my checks
I would
every month. If you need your disability
less
benefits
likely
approved, I'll go to bat
express
for you.
myself
Sign up from anywhere without
with
saving
that
no
being the
contact
usages of
process.
excuses of profanity,
312-600-6000. That's 312-600-6000.
much rather than instead of
COVID-19 is still
with
active
that
in our
being
community. If you have a cough, fever, or other viral symptom, please get tested. Innovative Express Care offers COVID-19 virus and
other words, I
testing
say
in Parkland.
that
Walk in or
much,
schedule online at innovativeexpresscare.com.
hopefully that much less than
Men over
that
45.
being
Frequent
that
nighttime
much more
urination.
cuss words,
Urgent
should
need
we
to
say.
go. Weak flow. Do you suffer from an enlarged prostate that blocks your flow?
I guess you all get the general idea of what I'm trying to say.
Frustrated with medications? Want to avoid traditional surgeries?
But then,
The UroLift system, a minimally invasive treatment that can
what
improve your
I'm
flow
trying to
with
say
no
is,
cutting and can be performed
even so, when
in
it comes to
your
employing the
office.
usages of
UroLift
excuses of
is the
profanity,
right solution for you.
or
Imagine an
to think
outpatient
about
procedure
when
with
my
rapid
sense of
symptom
use
relief
cuss
done in about
was,
an
in
hour,
which
all while preserving
are
sexual
mentioned
function.
in God's
Common
word, the
side
good
effects are
book,
mild to moderate,
the
and typically
BIBLE,
resolve
the
in 2
basic
to 4
instructions
weeks.
before
Results
leaving
may
earth,
vary.
regarding making reference to
UroLift is
salvation and
covered by
deliverance of Christ our
Medicare
Lord
and
and
all
Savior,
major private insurers. If
or
you want a solution for
even
symptoms
so,
like
the
frequent
alternative cuss
urination,
words
call
being of which I'm not,
847-701-4960
hopefully,
and
I would
find
be
out if
less
the
likely
UroLift system is right for you.
You live in Chicago and you're not with UAI?
and
Got a
because
question for you. What are you waiting for?
I don't think
No, it's
that
not
God
the
wants
price.
any of us
There's only one
believers
car insurance
in
company
Him
for you.
to be
UAI.
used as an instrument to spoof forth something other than a God conscious on the souls of people or persons. Then there's only one way into the kingdom of heaven, and it's through our Lord and Savior Christ Messiah Deliverer. Not through Jezebel, etc., or a witch of Endor. But anyway, though, getting back to some of such other, and whereas I was speaking upon, so far as the intro is concerned, let's go on from where and when I last left off, backtrack here to do just that for the following, to complete or finish off line thought in a sense of the word, whereas I was speaking upon people's places and things, I mean, nobody wants to hang out with some of anybody and everybody. Practically, or possibly been there, done that, don't want to do it again. At least not anytime too soon again. God forbid. For there are serious consequences for being at the wrong place, if I may say. There's serious consequences, yes there is, for being at the wrong place at the wrong time in the wrong crowd. You hear what I'm saying? And whereas some people didn't wake up this morning, and people in hell want ice water. Okay? So I say to you all, being of whom are in addition of my social media family of the old and young alike, of both the two sexual genders, of males and females, representing the global community within this post-911 era of our new millennium, of this apocalyptic day and age, and where the doomsday clock is now at a few minutes to midnight, compared to how formerly, previously approximately then, it was at a quarter midnight for these rather biblically prophetic times. Well, how are you all doing? I hope everyone is doing at least okay, if not better yet to be said, to be feeling all right. Or if not, best of all to be said, to be feeling blessed and stressed, more blessed and stressed, or too blessed to possibly become or be stressed. You and yours, your family and friends, hopefully me and mine likewise as well, or all the same. And now that I finally have gotten the preliminaries or the basic introduction out the way, so let me go for so far as to speak upon some such subject matter. And whereas one of them that I spoke on last, I think it had to do with Karen. As you know, this witness or whatever I would say the heading for this particular social media website address app. You know. Now, I myself, I don't like to encounter persons being a coon do not have my better interests in mind, you know, and not even that of their own when they could prove to become or be a conflict of interest. Case in point, I paid a visit to this one vicinity area neighborhood community soup kitchen. And being as it is one of the more notorious ones, okay? And whereas there was a brother sitting to the right of me and another brother sitting to the left of me. I was wondering what was up. And I didn't get much sleep last night, so I was kind of like having to shake myself awake, you know. Then they acted like they were upon some or on some kind of a suicide watch, you know.
I got to buy 4 brand new bikinis. I had abs after Sonobello.
Anyway, though, we chewed the rag, and these are some of those old school nigga, you know, down the way.
No obligation consultation, and find out how you can get $250 off instantly on your stomach, back, or even your thighs. I actually tried a bikini on and I put it in here and I thought, wow. Call 1-800-765-8457 or go to sonobello.com.
Demetrius is very excited because just in a few days will be the official start of summer, and it's going to look like it, aren't you?
Yeah, you know, we're going to start to see the mercury climb into the upper 80s into Wednesday, and then into Thursday, we're going to see some 90s come our way. So, yeah, temperatures are really going to warm up in a big way over the next few days. So, it's going to start to feel like summer. That's how it should be, right? Let's take a look at how things are.
Oh, my God. It was a nodding out, y'all. Just a little bit too much. I'm sorry, like maybe for a quarter of a minute, as in 15 seconds. Sorry about that. That's how I was doing, more or less. You know, at the soup kitchen I was at for the day. It says 80 degrees. Supposed to get up to 90. You know, come, I think tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Ooh, where's her? I'm going to try to record what I can. Sometimes every day, daily and nightly. Sometimes every other day, every other night. But anyway, where was I at now? Oh yeah, I was speaking about I went to this one soup kitchen and certain ones of these brothers on a stick move snatch run to, and where it started, my person was laying out, you know, and then I was about, you know what I'm saying, because I couldn't really.
Kind of a comfort forecast. You would follow these numbers. Now, notice as we get into tomorrow afternoon,
it's been a rather challenging day. I assure you.
That's their dew points. Dew points are the temperature where if you cool the air down, it'll reach 100% saturation or 100% relative humidity. So a higher dew point number means higher humidity. So we're looking at about 55 degrees into Thursday morning. That's not very high. They're climbing to nearly 60 and reaching 60 by Friday. Friday is going to be the hot and humid day for us. On the satellite radar composite, completely dry, and the computer model, we can almost put this graphic away for this week. There's nothing coming our way in terms of rain. You can see the winds shift, though. They start to come in from the south and the southwest, and the breeze is going to pick up this upcoming weekend. 84 degrees for us today, mostly sunny, a little bit low humidity there. It's going to be comfortable today. Tonight down to 62, mostly clear for tonight. Tomorrow's high temperature 85 degrees, warmer with a mix of sun and blue sky, pretty nice. And then into Thursday, the humidity begins to rise. It's going to be hot and sunny. Got a high temperature of 90 out there. Still kind of a dry 90 though. 92 on Friday. Then it's going to be hazy, hot, and humid. 30% chance.
That's why they say keep the windows of your cars open, you know. It becomes so hot.
Why not the first weekend of summer be warm, humid, with a chance for showers and thunderstorms? So Sean and Julie, it's going to start to feel like summer actually a little bit before, a couple days before. We're going to have a number of days in a row in the 90s. Back to you.
Summer's here. Thanks, Demetrius.
Thanks, Demetrius. Parenting during the push for daycares to reopen.
And coming up, we want to see takes the lead in the fight against COVID-19.
Let me see how much I speculate I would go about speaking on these matters.
Chances are you know us. We laughed with you. We surprised you. On occasion, we've probably even annoyed you. We've done this all with one thing in mind, to help protect the things you love. And if we can't offer you the best price, we'll help you find a better one. Even if it's not with us. That's how we've done it for the past 80 years. Not just today, or this month, but always.
I'm a member of American Home Shield, which means the sponsor may be freaking out, but I'm not.
Ooh, dog, it feel like a scorcher already, more or less.
Something's wrong with my AC. It's blowing pretty hard and it won't turn off. Luckily, I'm a member of American Home Shield. My plan helps cover the cost when parts of more than 20 home appliances and systems wear out. If they can't repair them, they'll replace them.
American Home Shield is the largest and pays the most home warranty claims.
It covers things home insurance doesn't, no matter their age. It's a beautiful day. I've never felt so good. Give American Home Shield a call to find the right plan for you. 800-958-0773. That's 800-958-0773.
Oh, God. Let me see now. What can I talk about now?
The signs are all around us.
For the
Like
last
free installation on all windows, siding, and doors, and no interest for 1 year. It's time to jump on
Anyway,
the home renovation project and free installation all from the comfort of home.
I don't like it when the weather's tend to get to become too hot, like above 70, or too cold, like low 20. Anything over in between. I don't know, call it my white blood in me, call it what you will. Right back.
Endless possibilities. Discover Native Wisconsin.
Have you tried the sandwich yet? You know that crispy chicken on toasted brioche. It's like, I'm experiencing some things right now. Look at you looking all special. Get the sandwich for $3.99. Pick up in the drive-thru or get free delivery. That chicken from Popeye.
Beijing locked down a third neighborhood today in an effort to stop a resurgence of COVID-19. More than 100 people there have become infected with the virus in less than a week. Most of those cases linked to a market that provides vegetables to 70% of the city. All of this comes after Chinese capital had not seen any new cases for almost 2 months.
Oh no, that's
Head of the CDC in China believes that the recent outbreak was detected
farmers
early
market
enough
is in
to be
Africa. I
able
know
to
if it's
contain
angry.
it. On the medical watch, a new COVID-19 vaccine trial has now come to town.
It's a potential player in the fight against the deadly virus, and now Chicago will be a test site for what researchers say is a trial moving at an unprecedented speed.
It's called Operation Warp Speed.
Oh my
It
God.
really is. It's moving very fast. A much larger study than I think anybody's ever attempted before.
You could call Dr. Richard Novak a vaccine veteran. The University of Illinois Chicago professor and head of infectious diseases has led dozens of clinical trials during his 25-year career. This one, he says, is different.
I'm excited to be part of this study for the reason that it's so important to getting our economy and our population back up.
Oh, hold
and
it.
going and trying to get us back to some semblance of normalcy.
The phase 3 trial is designed to test efficacy. Earlier studies of the product made
So anyway, I go
by
to this one,
Moderna showed it's safe.
go to this one soup kitchen.
RNA-based,
Hello
which
there.
means it introduces
They had some
specific
chicken
protein to
pieces.
the body
I
that then
could have gone
starts
to the
the
second
immune
one,
system to
but
produce antibodies
I like.
against the foreign substance.
I don't really feel that hungry.
Someone could get COVID-19
I do feel like
getting
nah,
vaccinated.
I just want to go back to my place, baby.
This one protein
We sleep to make up for a long time I had yesterday, but
uses to
well, I'm
get
up
inside
now. I might as
cells.
well stay up.
So it wants the human body to make an immune response, make antibodies to that protein, and that antibody will then block that protein from binding to cells when the virus does get into the body.
Moderna plans to enroll 30,000 people across the country, with 1,000 participants right here in Chicago. A significant portion of the test group will be made up of individuals 65 and older, and those with underlying health conditions like diabetes and heart disease, groups hit particularly hard by the virus.
We do want to know if the vaccine prevents infection, but we also want to know if it prevents disease. And so do people who get the vaccine, who get sick, have a milder case of disease than people who otherwise didn't get the vaccine?
The double-blinded, placebo-controlled trial is set to begin July 9th, a time frame Dr. Anthony Fauci shared with WGN just last week.
And by the beginning of July, we're going to go into phase 3 trial for efficacy. That is overwhelmingly the fastest ever from the time any new infection was discovered to the time you actually went into a large vaccine trial.
Participants will be randomly assigned to one of 2 groups, a study group, which will receive the vaccine, and a control group, which will receive a placebo. Neither the researchers nor the participants will know who gets the vaccine.
And there are also a lot of serious long-term complications and people survive.
So I went to this one soup kitchen, like that Moonlight says the food pantry and clothing their way. And a black sister that runs things.
Related disease. So if we can prevent some of those complications and certainly reduce the death rate by giving a vaccine, that would be a win.
As the clinical trial gets underway across the country, so is production of the experimental vaccine, a strategy designed to save precious time if another wave of COVID-19 hits the country.
It's a huge investment, and normally we don't do that until we know that the vaccine's effective. So they're going to stockpile these vaccines in the hope that they work. I sure hope it works.
Everybody else does too. Well, there are 4 other vaccine candidates scheduled to move to phase 3 testing this summer. At least one other will be tested right here in Chicago. Clinical trial participants will be monitored for about 2 years, but the study could be halted sooner if it's determined the product is effective or if it's not. UIC has set up a phone line for those interested in participating. We have more details on our website, WGNTV.com.
A major concern for parents throughout the pandemic continues to be childcare. Today, parents, children, And child care providers traveled to City Hall to plead for adequately funded child care. They say some child care facilities that serve minorities will lose funding by the end of the state's fiscal year at the end of the month.
In a couple of weeks, our children will lose their trusted educational homes, places that we take our children for years, generations. And it's not right.
Parents and supporters say child care and early childhood education in Black and brown communities may be more important than ever during a time of heightened social justice concerns and the ongoing health crisis.
Still to come in sports, baseball players react to Rob Manfred's new stance on the season.
One morning from 4 to 10 on the news, and here from actor Joseph Gordon-Levitt about his new movie 7500. You know her from Bravo's hit show Top Chef, award-winning cookbook author and food expert Padma Lakshmi. She joins us with details about her new show, and Dean is cooking up another recipe for us. Join us tomorrow, 4 to 10.
I'm writing on behalf of my mother. She told me that a week ago, someone at Oak Street Health called her to make sure she was doing okay. I just wanted to say thank you to Oak Street Health for being a godsend.
Okay, looks good so far.
She has been so depressed until the lady called to check on her. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charles from Oak Street Health.
I am Dr. Levine from Oak Street Health. Caring for adults on Medicare is my passion. By focusing exclusively on older adults, we're able to provide them the best healthcare anywhere, no matter their challenges, because that's what they deserve.
The world has changed seemingly overnight. So we're going above and beyond to make sure all of our patients have what they need to stay safe and healthy in their homes. Now more than ever, keeping up your regularly scheduled doctor visits is important to staying healthy.
That's why we're offering telehealth appointments, which are high-quality phone or video visits that don't require you to leave your home. Patients are telling us how much they love these visits.
I enjoyed the home call because my wife and I both could speak with a doctor from the comfort and most importantly, safety of our home. That was a relief considering I'm at high risk for COVID-19. My wife spoke for me as I listened by her side.
So, you
She's
know,
talking to physicians, so I'm very pleased
well, I thought you
with this
all
appointment because
right
normally
to
my wife
play me.
is not able to go with me.
Plus our 24/7 patient support line puts you in contact with a care team member day or night, because your health matters to us around the clock.
It's never been more important for you to have a preventive health care plan in place and access to a care team that listens to your needs. So call and schedule a visit with us today. Our commitment to serving our communities is stronger than ever.
And it's the reason why we will be here for you, always.
Famous foodies are auctioning off time for virtual discussions, sharing recipes and cooking tips, all in an effort to help undocumented workers in the food industry. The campaign, it's called Ask Chefs Anything. It kicks off at Chicago Auction tomorrow. And joining us now with more, chef and owner of Kai Soup, Ty Dang. Ty, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm so honored to be on.
Well, we're happy to have you, and this is an interesting proposition. Let's hit it in a couple different ways. First of all, the restaurant and culinary industry has just been crushed during the pandemic. We know that, but in a million different ways. You kind of drilled down.
Oh my God.
And one particular aspect that I
You know, the weather since where it is at the moment. It reminds me as I get affecting white boy.
Initiative to feed undocumented restaurant workers, and I'm honored to be a part of it. And you know, as you know, our industry is affected, and the backbone of our industry is immigrants.
It is indeed, and people don't really understand that, right? That's what's going on behind the restaurant doors, back in the kitchen. It's before a restaurant opens, after it closes. So much involved, and as you said, the undocumented workers are such a clear and vital part of the operation. So you decided to reach out in the most creative ways. Tell us about Ask Chefs Anything. I don't know how you came up with this question.
I cannot take the credit. I was asked to join this, and you know, Chef Warehouse is donating the food. Restaurant Opportunity Center, a nonprofit fighting for it, and so I was asked to join.
That must be really boring, y'all, at the moment, ain't it? Me nodding in and out of sleep. Sorry about that again. That's supposed to be the family. Then where was I? So I went to this one soup kitchen, like, right? And I ate, and sometimes to watch my package as much as possible because
You've got a long, arm-list-long, list here of names. And the idea behind it is what? The highest bidder gets to ask any number of people questions, and you bid on a particular chef. I kind of giggled when I saw this because I thought it's just like when you go to a dinner party and you run into a doctor and you corner and you say, "Hey, I want to ask you something." Does that happen to chefs all the time?
That's exactly. You have an opportunity. You have 30 minutes with us. You can ask us anything relating to restaurant, to cooking. Me, myself, with my story, you can ask me anything. I want to be a part of this. I want to raise awareness. I want as much donation as possible for this cause. It's such a great cause. And you got 30 minutes. Ask me anything.
If you're not careful. About $1 per meal box. That's an incredible figure.
Oh my God.
Food donations and fundraising on so many different levels. You hear them being $5.
When you had a fellowship for quite a while,
But how are you making a
you
single
become
turn into
much
$1?
more forgetful.
I think with the help of Chef Warehouse
And then some such other cause you have a minute left.
and putting this together, right?
Speech.
The whole
Okay.
thing is to feed undocumented workers around
Oh my
the country.
God.
And the more hands, the more led to a lot of people being so creative and opening up their heart. And I have seen across our nation people pouring out, doing amazing things. And so I hope this brings more light to people to understand where we're at.
Let you know where I'm at the moment so far as conversation-wise, you know. I mean, it might lose that to place when, God forbid, I have more than enough stalkers. More like that. Crank caller fastest faggot.
You can ask a chef, and I know that's a hard one because you are a chef. I mean, what could people come up with?
Yeah, but anyway, though.
Is it like, hey, Ty, will you wake up on a Saturday?
I guess I feel okay, much better than what I felt like last one, hopefully. I feel like some kind of robot or zombie. Words cannot describe, you know.
You could ask me how I started my career.
And I got these here.
We want to keep it food related, but I think this is for me. For 30 minutes, you have a one-on-one interaction with chef that you're afraid of, and when you do events, you always see the chef standing there greeting people. Now you have an intimate 30.
Yeah, anyway, while I was at this soup kitchen eating, where they were, well, particularly, I could have gone on to the other soup kitchen. But I said, well, one soup kitchen is enough, you know, and because gluttony is a sin in its own way. So I ate about a couple of pieces of chicken that they were offering for each clientele, personnel, the homeless tragedy. And I was like,
well, we appreciate your input, your ideas, and your aid for undocumented workers. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on.
For more information about visiting Ask Chef Anything, just head to chefsanything.com. And if you'd like to check out Chef Ty Bang's restaurant, you can visit hisu.com.
Never miss a story with WGN News App Alerts.
Oh, wow.
Free app on the Apple Store or Google Play.
So while I was there at the soup kitchen, there was this I think I mentioned that before, but then if I didn't, that is during this broadcast, and let me do so now. And it was like a brother sitting on the left of me, and a brother on the right of me. Anyway, it's if I know them, as I think I do, because I know them from times past, both of them are, derelict transients, as in homeless, So regardless of how that my person was feeling like, just so sleepy like, I had to shake myself awake. Lest I be clipped, and I don't want to be caught out there in no man's land. stranded somewhere, not being able to get around and so forth, take care of my business. And whereas IEDs are much harder to replace. Like I say nowadays than what it was before, And so I had to don't want my wallet to go up missing.
Put down the remote, pick up your phone. Get the DraftKings Sportsbook app and get up to a $500 deposit bonus. Golf fans, it's time. 18 holes away, every stroke counts. Ready to find your stride? Play through. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the promo code and get your $500 deposit bonus. DraftKings, game on.
Yeah, so I went there, and both of these two, I take it they weren't just disappointed either, because like I said before, so I say again, once they look familiar. Like both of these two brothers were like one about, attempt to pick my pocket. One of them who was actually sitting at another table, come where I'm at, Like he's looking all crazy. And my wallet looked like some kind of a brick. So I had to get some clutter out of it, lest some fool person get to assume that I got so much money in it, Okay. And this wouldn't be the first time at this one soup kitchen. Certain brothers were acting on foul with the, kleptomaniac action, acting like they want to pickpocket another person. Whereas I had to shake myself awake. Like then and there. Likewise as well, are saying for some time in the past. I'm like, you mean to tell me, although you two black brothers is like homeless, yet you want to inconvenience another black brother?
Racism and hatred in Illinois, in the United States, and all across the world. Illinois State Representative LaShawn K. Force calling on Governor Pritzker to join the celebration of Juneteenth and order flags to fly half staff.
So they was out there making the fast hand movements. I wasn't feeling it, you know what I'm saying? That is, I was like, I felt annoyed, it offended me. So I'm like shaking myself awake, Imagine that, just because you're homeless, that don't mean that you should or have a right to pickpocket another brother, That's why you're in this world now, acting just as funky or foul as you want to be. Yeah. Then
Last week, baseball commissioner Rob Manfred said,
I'm going to have to close shop soon enough. So far as this particular present social media broadcast been because I'm still in the process of finalizing the remaining stages of development so far as business matters is concerned, to take care of that being of which is concerning or making reference to the burial of one of the matriarchs for my own immediate personal family household. Then getting back to some such other, although I could speak on, another Karen once again. And as the social media broadcast has a title reflecting some of such of that line of thought, since work, but then I try to be versatile as much as possible.
Players considered high risk can opt out and still get paid. The Chicago Fire FC returned to Bridgeview for the first full squad practice since the pandemic. The team has been working out in small groups the last few weeks, but now the MLS has relaxed rules to allow full use of team facilities. The Fire only played 2 games before the season was postponed. They'll resume with the 2016 tournament in Orlando next month. The NFL Network reports that several players on the Cowboys and Texans have tested positive for COVID-19, including Zeke Elliott.
And the IHSA is moving the boys' basketball tournament from Peoria back to Champaign. Well, most golfers can only dream of that big day.
So therefore
a woman in Nebraska did it twice.
getting back to some of the I went to this one soup kitchen. All right, and these brothers are thirsty.
Last week,
I'm not talking about so much as compared to how they're going about this stick and move, snatch and run kind of thing. Anyway, so at one given moment in time, I pulled out a little stash of cash, you know, more or less counting it. Wasn't big money, but some money beat nothing, you know, to a homeless brother. Yeah, being like those male characters, you know, and would be like acting like they're attempting to make me homeless by attempting to clip me. And like I said before, so I said this, so I'm gonna have to shake myself awake, you know. And all the while knowing that I myself personally have more than enough of my own experiences with the likes of neighbors from hell.
I don't really need to get paid for my work. I'll just eat my legs for breakfast.
You hear? Something about that, John. And, you know, some such that I mentioned earlier, it was in particular, that, like, I've been a homeless, some such a character now. I don't know what race he is. He likes very much so loves to attempt to drive me, myself, completely bonkers with extreme excessive noises, being in which he himself makes, and then to add insult to injury to compound the problem, as I suspect himself of bothering with my apartment door. Okay, and so quite often that
when heartburn hits, fight back fast with Tums Chewy Bites. Beat heartburn fast. Tums Chewy Bites.
What was that?
The first female fighter pilot.
I was saying something about I was counting what those trash cans I had. It wasn't much, but to a homeless person, it's everything. You know? I mean, whatever it takes to get them through another day. They would pickpocket me in a minute's notice, you know, to try to make their life more worth living, or to go about.
WeatherBug is sponsored by Amita Health in sickness and in health.
You may feel broken, but you're not broken.
WGN's daytime drama block begins with the Mel Robbins Show right now. She's the first female fighter pilot who motivates Mel.
There will always be people who say you can't.
Now she wants to inspire you to take control of your life.
You gotta pick a plan today. I'm Mel Robbins, and I'm a life coach who's helped millions of people get the life they deserve. It's about small steps and big breakthroughs. I believe in you. And together,
So
we got this. All right,
I'm like,
I'm the only one clapping today
you know,
we had no studio audience.
and more words or less like,
COVID-19 virus. And since you
why
this while you're
in the
quarantined at home with
world
your loved ones, you are going to love that you have tuned in.
are
because today
you
we're continuing our
attempting
series on people who
to
inspire
pick my
me.
pocket?
And you're going to
I'm not
love
trying to bring it back to him like
Harry
not about to
is
speak,
a
but
badass.
I'm thinking in my head.
She's a best-selling author. She also happens to be the first female.
I think I had informed you all first. Sorry about that. If anything, it's saying like compared to other him, not to mean to spread germs. So I was like saying, you know, one time or another, I had to bring it to a brother personally when he was going with that, you know, pickpocketing nonsense on his part, you know, acting like he attempted to clip me more than likely more often than not he was, you know, because he kept looking at my my pants pocket, you know. Then you got attitude. I'm like, man, go ahead on. You know, I don't care about you raising your voice, getting a tone, and barking at me. Look at they all the harder they fall. I'm like, what? You wanna get mad because I caught you eyeballing my pants pocket, my wallet? Negro, please, you know. Then getting back to this white girl, Karen. You know, I had encountered female persons of two Karens, of white girls, of possible and potential closet-klan and closet not see, you know, female characters of Caucasian woman acted out, you know. First one is walking the sidewalk, she decides she wants to attempt to pick at me, myself.
And I am so excited that America gets to spend a whole hour with you today. I love your motto, feel the fear and go forward. Where does that come from? You know what, in my life experience, not only from my time flying fighters in the Navy, but before that, and since then, one of the things that I've discovered is that anybody who wants to achieve high performance or deep performance has to be able to dig deep and feel that.
I pretty much so got my place together. I had you find some of the other man I had offered one of the managers as a representative management personnel to, you know, look over my place, but he said I could do it a little later on in the week. I would really work like a Hebrew Israelite slave to get it together. I'm not trying to become homeless, you know, like some of these homeless brothers out here, you know, street hustling, you know, begging for quarters, dimes, and nickels, and be attempting to pickpocket other persons, and some of them could possibly be attempting to purse snatch, and it'd be about the kleptomaniac kind of thing, you know. And I'm like thinking, if you're a real brother, you would be attempting to, you know, do something foul to get something from another brother so that you can get over, you know. Okay. Then getting back to these Karens, so I encountered one day, then another the following day. With the first Karen of a white girl, she's like, what's supposed to got now? Where's that fear coming from?
Is it real? What actually could happen? And then making good decisions. So you see that moment when you feel fear. That's not a moment to freeze, which is what most people do. And then they start thinking, or they're paralyzed. You see fear as almost like a signal that it's time to assess and move forward.
Absolutely. And the only way you can ever conquer fear is by taking action. You can have, you know, a stack of 42 books. You can watch every YouTube video. You can do every self-help thing ever known to man. None of it will do any good unless you take action.
So is that why there is a tight connection between fear?
Are you serious? I'm thinking along this line of thought. Okay, when I say you, because one white girl, you know, of a Caucasian woman, I'm like, you know, like, right. And like I said, I'm trying to,
but when you play in that kind of murky zone and
you know,
you're waiting to feel
I'm trying
like
to,
you're safe enough, right? Too often
like,
an opportunity will pass
you know,
or you get stuck in
let her get ahead of me, you know, because
people spend their entire lives.
okay, I'm at a store for experience properties, and it's like she's supposed to have been having a conversation with some friends or some girlfriends, you know, and then, you know, where she ended the conversation, and both of them went the other way where she stayed there at the very, your mom get in line, she going like so to get like supposed to get in line or something, about to collide with my person. This is the first incident I'm telling you all about. You know, so I'm backing up, you know, and then myself, Miss, you can go ahead of me if you like. She said, no, that's okay. So I just stood there for a little while, like, I don't know, a couple few minutes, because I wasn't really feeling that line of people personally, like the Great Wall of China, and so many persons are ahead of me. So from there, I had changed my mind, decided to go to this other store. And lo and behold, this same white girl, within that same minute that I left from there, she's leaving. I'm like,
what you need to focus on in order to keep your plane in the air, right? Your life. The second is the path that you need to steer in.
Like Kanye West would make with the hand gestures, and you know what I'm saying? What's up? What's going on? You know, and I don't mean so far to be putting on an episode of a nature that's going about with some sort of going into a spell, putting on well, you know what I mean. I say putting on that, well, you know what I mean. I don't mean like putting on
my dad was a Marine Corps aviator,
physical gesture of a charade or so. You know, when Kanye West had an episode or so, had attempted to make Taylor Swift, a white girl, come subject to experience an episode where while she was supposed to be accepting a music award, he hops up there.
There weren't any women. And so fortunately, my dad,
you know, on stage and said, interrupt and say, Beyonce should have got that. No, I don't mean like that, you know. That was quite being a bully of him. But I'm like, I'm like wondering why all of a sudden this white girl wears one minute she's acting like this Karen, possibly a closet-klan or closet Nazi. Could have possibly been attempting to collab with my person in a physical way, attempting to start something with me. No, I'm not racist. I mean, you know, we got good and bad and all racist people, persons. I'm not racist. I'm cautious, you know. Okay, because I've been harassed by all kinds of people that is different races of people's persons over a period of time, extensive amount of time at that for a time frame period, like year in, year out for quite a few years, and that's including white people, white persons, you know, maybe not as much as other races, especially when it comes to black person, but when that white girl pulled that you know, that she did, like she did, you know, pull that or whatever, you know, pull that little move of a physical nature where she's pulling up within the same minute that I had done. So something told me this is kind of you know, we were giving off some bad vibes. This smell like how they say there's some fish in Denmark. I'm like, why gonna pull up within the same minute that I do, like shortly after? Well, you could have pulled up before then, you know. I'm like, what's up with that? I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt with all things considered, but then I remember her acting funny, you know. And like I said, she was giving off some bad vibes, in other words, you know. And I'm wondering, could she have possibly been, you know, with an electronic device taking secret photo shots of me or videotaping me so that she could possibly get back with me sometime, you know? And then I get to reflecting on how this one black sister who's supposed to be affiliated or associated with the Black Lives Matter movement, at one time or another she claimed she was raped, and then she comes up missing, you know? Like somebody kidnapped her. You know what I'm saying? And so this white girl, you know, she all of a sudden she decides to pull up within the same minute that I pulled up from the store to go elsewhere to another store. So I'm trying to give it the benefit. I'm trying to shrug it off until the, you know, following day another white girl is acting funny. You know, as I'm like, you know, I'm supposed to be locking up my bike, you know, at some certain given moment in time. And this white girl comes out of nowhere and she's locking up her bike. I don't know where she come from all of a sudden. Then as I'm getting up, you know, from the, you know, because I had to lean over to lock up my bike, 41 bike rack. You know, I'm gonna get straightened up, you know, to walk the sidewalk. She about to collide with my person in a physical way like the other white girl. Did I tell you all about that? Well, so I tell you, tell your person now. But the other white girl, she almost collided. Yeah, I think I did. Because she like, she's supposed to, I'm wondering if she had that plan with her girlfriends. For the very minute I'm getting ready to get in line, she getting ready to get in line after she's supposed to be waving her girlfriends on like they're supposed to be going the other way. First white girl, then I backed up and I said, yeah, I did mention that. And I said, you can go ahead of me if you like, trying to be the gentleman. She said, no, that's okay. And then whereas the very minute I pulled up, you know, to go to another store because the line was like the Great Wall of China, she decides she wants to leave then and there herself. Whereas I'm trying to shrug it off, trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it was something else only after that though, you know, because I'm trying to think maybe it was for some other reason, you know, but only after, like a day later, here's another white girl attempting to collide with my person in a physical way. So now I'm going into defense mode, you know. Okay, because I don't know what's up. I mean, what could be up with them? I mean, this make the second consecutive day in a row that this has happened. So I'm trying to tell you all. So I'm going into defense mode now. I'm thinking. Now I get to think about what YouTube would call some such Karens, and like this one Karen, you know, where's the black brother? This was like a news story. The black brother telling her to put her dog on a leash, and she's like, you know, I'm going to call the police and tell them there's a black man harassing me. You know, I'm like, what in the world? You know, like closet-klan, closet Nazi white girl. I'm gonna call the police and tell them that a black man is harassing me. So she called and said, help me, this black man is threatening me and my dog. The same white girl was fired by her employer, you know. I'm like, wow, that's totally like ridiculous, you know. That's ignorant and insane of her. Not to mention impolite. And then, you know, it's socially unacceptable, and likewise it's criminally illegal. Whereas her boss, her employer had fired her from a job, you know. And I guess when they say Karen, making reference to a white girl, a Karen is like to be defined as translated, meaning, you know, either a hypersensitive or paranoid white girl, or possibly racist, redneck white girl, or a closet-klan or closet Nazi, you know. And whereas, you know, one of the first things that come to mind when I had encountered two Karens, you know, over 2 consecutive days in a row is, okay, first of all, I get to thinking about Mr. Emmett Till, the late Mr. Emmett Till, see? And then I get to thinking about, you know, this one black brother, otherwise being George Floyd, you know, how the white racist redneck dirty cop had kneeled on his neck and cut off his air supply, his natural air supply, you know, his oxygen. And so I'm like, I ain't trying to go there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, before these two most recent incidents with white girls or Karens, you know, I mean, I'm not a racist, like, right? And I would date any race, woman, or born and raised, you know, probably representing the opposite sex, but of a grown adult woman, as I was saying. And whatever walk of life, faction of society, lifestyle preference, being a woman who is not gay, you know, but I have got to consider my options now in view of the circumstances, or extenuating circumstances, being of cases and situations of black males, mainly or mostly more than any other than non-white males or other races, becoming subjected to experiencing stereotypical racial profiling of a double standard, you know. Whereas I'm thinking, wow, I'm running into some, as in encountering some Karens of my own, so I better nip this in the bud. Like I said, I'm going into defense mode, as I'm thinking about, you know, mainly or mostly black male brothers, being of whom have been murdered or killed by faggoty or closet faggot, racist, redneck, dirty cops. And so I'm becoming subjected to experiencing Karens of my own most recently, you know. And whereas these two white girls or Karens get me thinking about some other Karen that I had become subject to experiencing her nonsense like years ago when I was at this one store for its premises of properties, you know, shopping in there. And this one white girl Karen otherwise, you know, she attempted to start some effing BS with me. And this was years before the George Floyd incident. And where she tells some store clerk, and then this is only one of quite a few Karen episodes, quite a few. When I say quite a few, I don't mean like literally actually 3 incidents, because there have been more incidents than a couple few, or 2 or 3 with Karens of a nature. But anyway, though, so I'm noticing this one white girl Karen is following me throughout the store, you know, and she's not like a clerk. She's just a regular, you know, like patron or customer of a client, just like anybody else. And she's not store clerk or store attendant. She's not security for the store, or, you know, undercover cop for that matter, anything like that. So she's following me through the aisle of the store before she decides to leave. As she's leaving, a store clerk or store attendant approaches me, you know, and another race, whereas the store clerk wasn't white, you know, and store clerk is like saying, "Sir, can I check your bags as well as your pockets?" I'm like, "Excuse me, I beg your pardon. I don't shoplift, man. What are you talking about? Check my bags, check my pocket." "Well, I have to do that because somebody said you were shoplifting." Like, "Come again?" So I said, "Go ahead, man, check, see for yourself. I don't have anything." And then Wes, he was like, "Oh, my bag." "Okay, in bed." I was like, "Well, who told you? Who told you that lie that I was shoplifting?" He was like, "Well, I don't want to say, but somebody said you were shoplifting. I'm just trying to follow through to make sure that that's not what has taken place or what has happened." So I put one and one together, and I said, it had to be that white girl acting niggly or niggerish as she want to be. You know, this white girl Karen. And then there was another time I was at some you know, was that a concert? You know, was that a concert or a bookstore or museum? Well, it was one or the other, one of those 3. I don't know. Maybe it was at a sports event. I can't remember. Anyway, though, whereas at one given moment in time, I kind of sat down on the floor. You know, don't get me wrong. I wasn't just sitting down like you know. "Oh, I had me a little bit too much to drink," or "I had me a little bit too much to smoke." No, I was sober at that given moment in time, but I was tired. You know, so I sat on the floor, you know. There wasn't any seats available at that given moment in time. You know, to rest my legs, you know. And lo and behold, and I remember it was some white girl Karen within close vicinity for that atmosphere, for its premises property, a white girl Karen as in another Caucasian woman, however say it. And before you know it, well, she leaving the area, and then I'm being approached by security personnel, you know, and they're asking to see my ID. you know. Like, what's the problem? I'm like asking them, like 2 male security guards, you know. They saying, well, could we check your ID, sir? Because we've gotten a complaint. I'm like, what do you mean you gotten a complaint? I'm like, what exactly are you talking about? They said, well, we don't want to go into it, but if we could check your ID, we'd appreciate it. So I hand them my ID, you know, because they're like saying, if everything's okay, we're going to let you go on your way. We just like to check your ID. So I give them my ID and they checked it. Then they let me go on my way. And from there, I'm like saying, who said what or what about me? They said, no, we're not going to go into that. We don't want to go into that. You're free to leave, though, if you like, you know. You're free to leave or stay, but then we prefer that you leave for the moment, you know, to avoid any further, you know, whatever, you know, and you can come back another day. So I left. So I put one and one together, and I said, whoa, it had to be that white girl giving me the evil eye that was within close vicinity, within the same atmosphere that I was at for a certain area, for that atmosphere, well, the same atmosphere area, for a certain premises, probably before she went elsewhere for another part of, I don't know, or maybe she left altogether, you know. I said, the nerve of her. So racism is alive and well. A lot of white persons are still acting funky as damn funky or foul as damn hell, you know. And a lot of them are Karens, closet-klan and closet-Nazi. Not that all white girls are Karens, but I think you get the general idea of what I'm trying to say. So I've had my experiences with Karens. If anybody wants to know of any urban legend horror stories, I have had my own personal experiences with Karens, and it gets so that I get to saying, well, if I'm going to keep running to Karens now all of a sudden once again, compared to how it's been quite a while since the Karens that I have run into like that, having negative encounters with, and here it is, I'm having some more all of a sudden for these times that we're having. I'm like thinking, well, I tell you what, you know, if push comes to shove, you know, I could exclude white girls from any, you know, list of possible candidates to flirt with, to get into any kind of friendship with, be it a romance or relationship of any kind. I could become like Muhammad Ali and say, I don't date white girls, you know. If I were to get to you know, like getting into some kind of verbal exchange with a white girl, you know, I have to be on my P's and Q. I have to go on the defense, you know. I have to cut it short because I don't want to wind up like Mr. Emmett Till. You know what I'm saying? I mean, can you feel me? Or like John Wayne Bobbitt. Or a white girl that was married to a white boy, and for some reason or another, she cut her spouse's private parts of his crotch area off. You know? Okay. So if white girls keep acting funky or foul with me, I'm going to do a Muhammad Ali number on them. I don't mean like do the rope-a-dope shuffle and use them as a punching bag, but I'm going to write off white girls altogether. Possible future mates for me to date or to become involved in a relationship with, regardless, be it sexual. I don't mean like so far snatching panties from them. I'm talking about sexual but mutual feelings, or a much more loving relationship that has more meaning. If white girls keep acting like closet-klan and closet-Nazi Karens with me, I may just have to seriously think about writing them off as possible future mates for me to flirt with or to get into a much more meaningful relationship with, you know. That's just me. I seriously think about, you know, at least for a little while, not altogether, you know. Not that any black sisters is going to, you know, all of a sudden, you know, be upgraded. You hear what I'm saying? If anything, and not that any Hispanic ones either. If anything, I'd be more inclined to date. You know, when it comes to those races of female or woman that I mentioned, I consider another alternative of still of a born and raised female person or woman. If anything, I date more Asian women. You know, though you got good and bad in their race people persons, but if anything, I date more Asian women than you know, try to date a white girl or a black sister or a Hispanic sister. I date Asian sisters, you know. Okay. I don't need the hassle. You know what I'm saying? Life is too short, you know. I ain't getting any younger. I'm like pretty much so close to the half a century mark. You know, I ain't getting any younger. You hear what I'm saying? I'm entitled to some peace of mind, you know, after all the hell that I've been through, the living damn hell, especially the living damn hell that neighbors from hell or faggoty or closet faggot, bitch ass SOB bastards have put me through or whatever races. You know, life ain't being like a crystal stairwell, and I ain't getting any younger, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like pussy. I like all kinds of pussy. Whenever all kinds of pussy, a grown adult pussy, that is, coming from a woman. I like all kinds of pussy of women of different races, you know. I like white girl pussy, as in Caucasian woman pussy. I like black sister pussy. I like Asian sister pussy. I like Hispanic sister pussy. I like all races of pussy woman. Be a relationship would become a much more serious note or not, but I don't like drama, you know. Call me a pussy, call me what you will, but I don't like drama, you know? Especially if the drama, well, especially or equally, or even so, rather. Well, I know I don't like drama coming from faggots attempting to flirt with me and I'm not gay, as well as attempting to crowd my private little space areas upon premises, properties of mass transits or public transportation systems, or I'm saying for all the different bus and train routes, or for atmospheres of places of businesses, be it public or private. But then I don't like drama coming from women either, okay? Or even so, I don't like drama. I don't like drama coming from women even so. So how much less like drama coming from other males of the same sex, be they gay or not? I don't like drama if it's going to be of a negative nature. That's just me. Call me a pussy, call me what you will, but I don't like drama. You know, I go on the defensive. I don't care if the drama of a negative nature is coming from a male or somebody of a female representing the opposite sex. I don't like drama. You know, I mean, after been put through a living hell of different kinds, you know, different experiences, you know, I like my life to go smooth. You hear what I'm saying? I know somewhere they say, well, you're supposed to believe in God. You're supposed to be a Christian, man. If anybody that should prepare for drama, it should be a believer in God, a Christian like you. But check it out. I haven't found a church home. So until I found a church home and find some real brothers and sisters, and how I usually encounter false brethren, you know, and as the majority of church goers are nothing but a bunch of closet devil worshippers or whatsoever religious denominations, you know, or whatever races, and walks of life from the pools to the pulpits, members and visitors alike, you know. I, for one, I ain't trying to, you know, I ain't trying to go there. You know, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I mean, I ain't no wuss or wimp or easy pushover, but I don't like drama. You know, I like my day, any day of the week, day or night, to go smooth with little or no drama. I would prefer no drama than little drama. That's just me. Call me a pussy, call me what you will. But I don't like drama if it's going to be drama of a negative nature. I like things that go like clockwork, smooth, be it for business or for pleasure, you know. If a bitch or hoe got some, you know, funky attitude for me, I let her go on. I don't care if a bitch is looking like the Queen of Egypt, you know, or looking like the Queen of England. If she gonna come out her trick bag, I like, you can go ahead on. I don't care if a bitch or hoe look like Miss America. If you gonna act all funky, like foul and funky, like they say, beauty is only skin deep. You know, as much as I could be like want to get into her panties, I'd be like, it ain't that serious, you know, because I don't like drama. That's just me. I've always been kind of like the Archie Bunker kind of guy or fella anyway. I never been much to try to mimic an American gigolo or Mac Daddy wannabe. And so I guess faggots take that as a cue that I could possibly be gay. No, I'm not gay. I like pussy like the next guy, but I don't like drama of any kind if it be negative. But then I'm gonna close shop with this on this last note of interest. I'm sorry I was nodding out from time to time, y'all, but I didn't get much sleep last night, if any at all. I got very little. I really think I didn't get none. You know, if anything, I was daydreaming. You know, as I was usually give the intro, I would also, you know, give, like say, give a message, deliver a message, and then I will conclude with some such on last note of interest by saying, even if I have to force myself to say it. But then, if you haven't gotten Christ as your own personal Lord and Savior, I would hope that you would think to do so now, while the blood is still running warm in your veins, by recognizing or realizing what he himself had done or did upon the cross of Calvary on the hill of Golgotha, suffering at the hands of some sort of Roman soldiers up on the orders of their religious superiors, being a fasting statue, but then nevertheless, whereas he himself had given his life upon the cross of Calvary, become the perfect sacrifice, the only sacrifice for you as well as for me. So if any of us, being a whatsoever race, you know, whatever walks of life, being of the old, young alike, of both two sexual genders, males and females, representing the global community within this post-911 era of a new millennium apocalyptic day and age, where the doomsday clock is now at a couple few minutes to midnight, compared on to how formerly previous or prior to then was at a quarter midnight for these rather biblically prophetic times, were to profess some of such faith in them. From there we would come and be blessed in one regard or another, more ways than one. First and foremost, with that being of his salvation, being of which is the only means by which any of us can or could possibly hope to get into the kingdom of heaven. First and foremost, salvation. Then second of all, with his deliverance. But first you have got to get his salvation. Otherwise, you have nothing coming so far as blessings is concerned. But once you were to profess some of such faith in him, you will become or be blessed in one regard or another, more ways than one, you know. But only after you were to profess faith in him while you're still in the land of living. Because you cannot expect to receive blessings coming from him if you wait until you leave this world to then claim that you are a believer in God, or then profess yourself, then to profess faith in him, because it's too late, you know. And believe me when I say there are no unbelievers or non-believers in the lake of fire, damn hell. No, they're not. I know I may catch a lot of slack for saying that, but there really isn't, you know. And it may seem like I'm contradicting myself when I say that, but check this out. Any unbelievers or non-believers who go to damn hell as unsaved, lost damn human souls, they become believers once they go there. Once they have a rude awakening and find out what hell is like. Unless you're one of the few that were to become subject to experiencing one of those beyond the back experience and get the chance to get out of hell through the good graces of God, then you're there to stay, you know, permanently, you know. And once you go to hell, you're no longer an unbeliever, non-believer. You become a believer in God, but it's much too late. You only start to become a believer in God only after you go to hell. But it's too late, you know. So try to accept Christ as your personal Lord and Savior while you're still here upon the planet Earth, you know. Then because if you make the mistake of leaving this world without his blood sacrifice upon and within your soul, and your final destination is the lake of fire, damn hell, where you would be assembled with the rest of the unbelievers and non-believers to be tortured and terrorized by the devil and his demons forever, compared to how we, being a believers in God, otherwise that would have become believers before we left this world and after, Where we will not be assembled with those unbelievers and non-believers that will become believers after they go to hell. We'll become believers before we go to hell and be transformed from being unbelievers and non-believers into having become or into being believers in God, whereas we will be across the great divide that separates heaven from hell, beyond the pearly gates, and be considered as citizens of the kingdom of heaven in the presence of God and his angels. And because you have got to accept Christ as your personal Lord and Savior while you're still here, for tomorrow is not promised to anyone. It used to be an old saying, here today, gone tomorrow. Now it's a whole new saying. It goes like this here today, gone today. Because you don't know if you could be walking down the street, trying to think of it with a mind's attention to cross the street. Rather, let me say try, not attempt. The word try is for law-abiding American citizens and foreigners. The word attempt is for criminals. There's a difference. You be trying to cross the street as a pedestrian, then a motor vehicle could come out of nowhere and hit you at that very moment. It could jump the curb for whatever reason. Maybe a driver is trying to attempt or whatever, hopefully not attempting as doing something illegal. Well, you know what I'm saying. Be like wanting to make a light for a change, or a driver could be drunk or up under influences. You never know how that could work out. So accept Christ as your personal Lord and say, while you still have time. You all take care and be safe. Be blessed, not stressed. Peace and love, joy, and happiness. Until we meet again, then we're out. Peace.
These are real people, not